got some dates set for 2012, and it's going to be a big year for me with running retreats. I've got 2 retreats booking now for Sedona. One is in May for 10 days with my business colleague Jeremy Donovan. We run a retreat, 2 worlds soul soaring tours. So we have one in May and we have another one in August, which is in the storm season, both in Sedona. We've chosen Sedona because of the magnetic, electric, vibrant energy that's there, and you've got the red rocks and you've got the wilderness, this expansiveness. And when you stand in Sedona on any of those vortexes, you actually get in your soul how unlimited you really are. And once you feel that and you embody that, you come back into your life and it's like you know that there's nothing that you can't do. It's, you can do anything. You know it's this stops you from doing a lot of stuff. So you really get how connected we are to everything in the world, but how unlimited we are as well. We have an exclusive event happening this year in Sedona. We made contact with some Navajo people in Antelope Canyon earlier this year, and they've invited us back only with our tour group next year to come into the canyon at night with them to do ceremony. Now this Antelope Canyon is one of the most photographed canyons in the world, and you don't have access into it at night. So to be invited by the caretakers of the canyon for us to come in with our group and do ceremony with them is quite exclusive and very spectacular. The place itself is amazing. So we're offering that as a special not an incentive, it's a special invitation for all of us to experience something very sacred that nobody else gets to do. We just happened to meet this amazing Navajo family on a vortex in Sedona, and they invited us to do Sweat Lodge with them, and every year since then we go back. We support the family, we have lunch with them, we do Sweat Lodge, and sometimes some of the elders from the community come and sit with us, and that's so humbling when you have elders come and sit in the Sweat Lodge with you who can't speak English and they've never met anybody off the reservation, and they go out of their way to sit with you. You know then that they really appreciate what we're bringing into that community, because we bring respect for who they are, their connection to the land, because that's what we're doing. We're going in and honouring the land. Jeremy, my business colleague, is an Indigenous Australian, and we marry up the Indigenous Australian culture with the Navajo culture. So we have the didgeridoo, and we have the Navajo drums and the flutes going in some of the ceremonies and the teachings. And what you find when you sit back, you see how similar the teachings really are, and they reflect so much off each other. And there's such a richness when you're bringing more of this Indigenous wisdoms together. And Jeremy, in his own right, he's an elder. He's like an elder, but he's a young man, and he holds this incredible wisdom. And these the Navajo people see that in him, and they honour his wisdom and his lineage and his background by inviting us into these ceremonies with them, so we get to experience it. So the people who come on the retreats with us get this beautiful blend and meld of these cultures, which enriches what is happening at the moment, at that time. So you know that when you're in meditation or you are in this exchange, not only have you got the Navajo and the native Indigenous Australian, you've got all their ancestors with you. So it's like you're in this cocoon, and it's an amazing feeling to see and have the different cultures there. And for me as a person, as an Anglo person, mixing with these cultures, it's enriched me so much, and the people who come with us on these journeys, because we have a far greater understanding of our responsibility to them and to the planet.
And the ancient wisdom that's going on.
And the ancient wisdom. We have all have access to it. And all the ancient wisdom, all that, the teachings that they have had, is being revealed now, because everything they've prophesied is coming to pass right now. So to sit with that and hear the teachings and go, oh yeah, I've heard that one before, and I've heard that from the Tibetan philosophy, and I've heard that from this philosophy, and then you're hearing it from the Navajo. It's like, it's all the same. They just have their different ways of living it. But I think the biggest gift for me involved with all of this and being in Sedona is that incredible connection to the land. And I have always loved the earth and nature, but my connections become even deeper because I understand more about how we walk on the planet and how we give back to the planet. And I think I've spent a lot of time in Peru with, this is off the subject, I know, I spent a lot of time in Peru with the Incas, and what I saw there is something that greatly touched my heart. Whenever they go to have a drink, they offer something to the earth first before they drink it themselves. They offer it to Pachamama, which is the earth spirit. And so then when you start going and seeing all these different cultures, they all have a way of giving something back to the earth. And it makes you as a person sit back and go, all we're doing in our society is taking. How can we give back? And this really helps you when you're in these environments with different Indigenous cultures and you're learning and hearing what their pain is that they've experienced, what we can do to actually help them get their message out there and express their wisdom and their teachings and their truths, because we need to embrace it.